Hello everybody, my name is Akami-san and we'll go back to part 8 of this video walkthrough for Metroid Dread. So in the last video, in part 7, we actually finally have met our fellow friend known as Quiet Beak. So he is actually a Thoan Chozo, who's actually technically being a servant under Ravenbeak's control, so technically he can't really do anything. Sadly though, our dear friend has met his own fate, and now it is up to us to finally be able to uncover new areas and finally get stronger. But however, though, in this case, now in the last video, we finally gained access to another area in Burenia that wasn't open before, but now it's actually going to be accessible in this case right now. So once we already have spoken and I've actually met Quiro, we will actually go ahead and head back to Burenia, because in that case, that area has to be, of course, that area has something that we are actually planning to get. However, though, as you guys already know now, it's just that now that we have finally gained access to the new areas, there will actually be a little bit but somewhat semi-tougher enemies in the game that will actually probably counter. Although we're still not sure what Ravenbeak has up his sleeve, so that's still something. Now then, as you can see now, I was trying to navigate a bit to some of the areas here in the previous enemy zone that belongs to the enemy, now it does not. However, though, in this case, as I said before, you just want to head back all the way to Burenia. Of course, as you can see, I'm just showing you how to get back over there in case if you're lost. But however, though, if you just want to skip to this timestamps, you're welcome to do so. I have them towards on the right side of me in this video right now. Plus, at the same time, I really hope you guys have been. I apologize if there's been lack of video uploads. It's finals week, guys, so I hope you all do well in your whatever exams you got going on. But overall than that, I just hope that we all do well. We can all pass it. Winter break is coming, so don't give up. It's almost time. Alright then. Now as you can see, now I'm slowly navigating myself through Cataris. But now I'm finally, actually no, not Cataris, Ghavoran. Now once we finally have located the transportation to take us from Ghavoran to Burenia, now we can finally head to that area where we couldn't access before. Alright then, so we have finally arrived at Burenia, and also, as I want to say, I also want to note that now from now on, I'm actually going to be uploading my videos at 60, the rest of the Metroid Dread walkthrough at 60 FPS, because I sadly had some technical issues with my editing software, Sony Vegas, but now I'm able to actually upload at 60 FPS. Though you'll have to give that some time, because sometimes they'll actually take some time. So other than that though, we'll actually go and get through to this. So now as you can see, I'm actually going to be doing this cool maneuver over here with the Shine Spark by actually moving through this small area faster and getting having access to the area that we couldn't access before. Now we're finally going to head into the minimap area, the map area where we finally download the map data for Burenia. Now, if you were following me along, I mean, you didn't. I mean, as you can see, we just had to go back to the same area right over there where the open shaft was open, and now because of that, we can finally head to the upper top level of Burenia that we couldn't access before. So you want to go ahead and head to the top, to the left side of you. Now, if you want to, I mean, as you can see, you want to be aware of these enemies over here. But if you want to, you can actually open up this. Grapple beam block, but if you want, but I would actually recommend doing so, because you probably might need to, you don't want to go through the whole process of going this way and that way. Now, if you want to, I'm actually probably I'm actually gonna go ahead and attempt to pull off a pretty good maneuver where you can actually get through a small part of Burenia faster, but I mean, you don't have to. But as you can see, I kind of failed to do so, so I'm actually just gonna go ahead and just make an attempt one more time. All right, come on, just get it right. Boom. Open the grapple beam door, head to the right. Try to the... Okay, yeah, no, I didn't get it. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I was intending to do that, but I guess it didn't work somehow. So it's a little more faster because I can actually just shoot myself through this small morph ball hole without having to like worry about that one enemy there. I guess it just didn't work somehow for me. All right then. So as I said before, you want to go ahead and head all the way to the top, to head to this top level area of Burenia that we couldn't access before. But now, as you can see, now we'll be able to gain access to this area. Now I want to be careful because there's are like some new enemies here in this area, but however though they're not really dangerous. Just make sure that you're very careful. However though, as you can see, most of these enemies are they don't really do much damage, but I still advise to take caution because you never know if you're playing. I mean, if you're playing this on either a normal or hard mode, you still want to be careful. Okay, mostly for those who are playing on hard mode because I mean I would not recommend it. So as you can see now, there's a blocked enemy door, blocked boss door. So technically that indicates that we're actually gonna be coming across another boss, and this boss fight's not gonna be easy or hard, but I will actually show you how to actually deal with this boss in just a few moments. Alright then, so this is actually going to be the third boss in this game. This is actually going to be known as Drogyga. So Drogyga is a pretty simple boss fight. It's not that very difficult, straightforward. Now, starting the first boss fight, Drogyga will actually use sweep two tentacles at you. However, though, you can actually safely jump over them if you actually time it correctly. However, though, it's not that difficult. Now, you want to make sure that you want to first aim for the tentacle at the very top. Drogyga will initiate two attacks. One where it will actually sweep two tentacles at you, and second phase is another part of its attack is actually going to launch three projectiles: one blue and one blue orb and one red orb. Red orbs are indestructible, and blue orbs are destructible. Are actually you can actually take them away. Now, once you heard Drogyga, you will both switches on the left and right side will actually activate. So if you actually go ahead and actually I deactivate, and then the water will actually fall, and then Drogyga will actually reveal its weakness. Once you do, and once it does, it'll actually attempt to hit you, but however you can counter its attack. Now then, as you can see right here now, after you already defeated, after you already like clear like after you like already like deal some damage on the first part of its core, now will actually attempt to hit you with all three tentacles at once. You want to go ahead and use the grapple beam and grapple all the way up to the top. Make sure you go back down immediately, because otherwise it will actually attack you from above where the grapple magnet ceiling is at. Now, of course, you can actually just you just want to like simply repeat it again, so forth. You want to go ahead and launch like a huge amount of missiles. Now, as you can see, this fight was actually very fast and very straightforward because it's basically simple. It's just that you just need to be able to make sure to avoid the tentacles and be able to launch missiles very fast. Alright then, so we have been in Drogyga, so now we can finally head to the center of the room where we can finally fall down to some blocks. Now, if you head all the way to the very bottom right, you can actually head all the way over here, right down to the next area. But if you want to, there's actually going to be a missile tank expansion right down there. So if you want to access it, you can actually do like this little trick over here known as the bomb jump, which you can actually do by doing underwater, by first bombing yourself and then placing the bomb in the midair and then remorphing into a ball, morph ball, and you can actually jump again. There's a little bit of height underwater, but however though it's a little hard to pull off though. It's really used often in like in speed runs. Now then, back to the video. You want to go ahead and head all the way to the very top of the area. However, though, beware, there are actually two spike enemies up there. They'll actually launch their spikes at you if you approach them, of course. But however, though, you could just simply be very patient, or you can actually just like try make an attempt to avoid it. But however, though, it's better to just take them out because it'll just get really repetitive. Now you can use the grapple beam to get up there. You want to head all the way to the top up there to the elevator. Now, if you head into this room, there's just going to be an elevator. There's just going to be a save room, so you can just do a save if you want. Now, once you head all the way into the elevator, it's actually going to take us from starting from Burenia to now a new area known as Ghavoran. Ghavoran is going to be an more like a forest type area in the game. That's actually I would say it kind of reminds me more like Metroid Fusion with one of the other areas that's kind of like, you know, forest type. That's got like forest type biome area. So other than that, though, it's pretty much all I could say about for the rest of it. And it's garbage day, and I apologize for the sound. So then, as I said before, Ghavoran is actually going to be a new area that we can actually cover, and it will actually contain some much more items. However, though, be a little aware is that we'll actually be meeting some new enemies, and also this is actually going to be the area where, as you guessed it, an enemy is going to be an enemy zone is actually located in this area. However, though, not towards yet. And then, if you want to be patient, you can actually go up there. As you can see, we head back to all the way to the other side of the elevator. You can actually see a beam door that's actually blocked. Now, if you want to, you can actually pull off this cool trick where you can actually just like sprint all the way to over here and just get over there. But however, though, it's not really necessary. Alright then, so as you can see now, there's nothing in this area that we can actually head to. So you want to go ahead and head back to the very top left area that we were just at, where we actually took out the grapple beam door. When you do so, as you can see, when you want to go ahead and head all the way to the very top left right over here, beware of this enemy over here that actually will have a little bit faster counter than the other enemies around here. Now, once you do so, be very aware, because now it's a golden Chozo robot soldier! Alright then, so this Chozo robot soldier is going to be a little more stronger than its cousin, who was a silver one. The golden one is actually much more difficult. Well, in a way, it's much stronger, but however, though, it also will actually take much more time. However, as you can see in this case, we sadly don't have we really don't have much. And oh my gosh, I almost died. So as you can see here, the charge beam attacks are much more lethal than their actual other attacks. But as you can see here. Okay, as you can see, taking a hit from a red blade attack is actually going to be very dangerous. As you can see, I was able to somehow still be able to still be able to make it, but you know what? It's all just like a little effort and everything. So you want to keep repeating and going back and forth, and you want to make sure that if you're low on health, you don't ever hesitate to actually go back and forth and use your flash shift to actually get away. Don't forget to crouch to morph ball so that you don't get hit. And as you can see, now I finally won the battle with barely dying in time. Now then, once we head into the room, we can actually go ahead and head to the very top, very bottom, very top right. However, though, if you want to, you can actually head to the very bottom over here. That'll actually take us to a little area where we can actually get a missile expansion pack. But however, if you defeat all those enemies, you'll actually be able to get a good amount of energy and also missiles refill if you will. So by heading to the very very left side, I meant, you can actually go ahead and head into this small little secret area. But however, though, it's usually hidden. However, though, Nintendo really wants everybody to actually find the area instead of, you know, the usual. Now, if you want to, I would actually recommend like swinging first. But however, though, getting the timing down, you can actually flash shift all the way to the very far right from after grabbing onto the second grapple block. However, though, just be very careful. It's just that you can actually easily fall and actually just probably like a miss grabbing the ledge of the grapple beam block. But it's not that difficult once you actually get used to it. Now then, we're actually gonna go ahead to the very top area that we finally I forgot to come back to. Now we want to, you can actually go ahead and get rid of all these enemies by just using just spamming the beam, or you can just use your missiles and get rid of all of them. Where there's an enemy, there's a tentacle enemy right up over here that'll actually like attack you with a tentacle. However, you can counter it. Now we're finally gonna be able to head into this enemy zone. As you can see, as we recall, Quiet actually, not Quiet Beak. Quiet Robe actually did deactivate all the enemies. So now this blue enemy and also the purple enemy were actually now deactivated. So now we won't have to really bother much about them, or just worry too much at all. But you know what? In worst case scenarios, just be ready to run away and just don't move at all. Actually, just run, basically.
Uploading data. Samus, you are approaching the surface. This area, Ghavoran, appears to be an underground. The enemy have been deactivated, But Ravenbeak still desires the Metroid DNA within you. I have reviewed the video log of your encounter after your arrival. You were no match for him then. You are no match for him now. It is true that you have recovered many of your combat abilities. However, my analysis suggests that you would not be a worthy adversary for him, not even at full power. One thing still eludes me. Why did Ravenbeak spare you during that encounter? Something must have motivated him.
Alright guys, so that's the end of this video. I will see you guys in part 9 of the Metroid video walkthrough. I'm a Kami-san guys, and take care guys, and I'll see you in part 9.